We are here in our brand new studio. Look at that. Woo! We want to thank Jennifer Nish, our social media manager, for doing all this amazing work. Like, she put her heart and soul into this, and it looks absolutely amazing. So we want to thank Jen for doing that. So make sure you guys give it a
Thank you, Jen. Hey.
So in the comments, make sure you put good job, Jen. She did an amazing job on this.
It's all her doing. It's a long ways coming. We were talking earlier about, do you remember the days when we were hanging a microphone, a lapel microphone over a chandelier, just 100-some episodes ago? And apparently 100-some episodes ago. We
just found out it was 100-some episodes. But yeah, hanging a microphone or having like a little
one
right in the middle, and we kind of had to lean it over to whoever was talking, and making it work. But we made it work. That was the deal. So we've kind of come a long way. But a big thanks to Jen for this wonderful set. It looks so we look more professional now.
I feel like it's slimming.
Yeah, maybe we can actually be better at what we do, and then we can make the whole show
No,
good,
I'm
right?
thinking if we continue to make the quality better, then our analytics can get worse, and it will balance itself out.
If we don't do good insight, at least we look good.
Well, our teams definitely did not do good this week.
Well, we'll get
not
to that.
a single one of them.
But, in the studio we have myself. I am Joshua Creo. We have Adam Nish, and we have Elijah Esquivel. The three amigos are back, and we got a lot to talk about, guys. We're gonna be talking NFL football today. We are going to be talking what we have planned for next week, and we're going to be talking just what is up with ABQ Sports Crew in the next couple of weeks. We also have a new game today. We are playing the Crew Family Feud. So Adam and Elijah will be battling it out.
I went so far in the negatives on Jeopardy
that we just couldn't afford to have another episode.
There was no point.
Yeah.
Personally, I just got tired of winning, so I'm kind of glad that we're changing this up because I need a new challenge.
Well, and then we are talking Crew versus the Quarter, where I'm above 500, but you two, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Not after tonight's game.
Alrighty, so let's break down the NFL week 3. Sorry, week 3.
Where have you been?
I'm tired. Okay, long week. All right, let's start with that Thursday night football game. It was the Cleveland Browns.
Why do you have to start?
Because it's the first one. It's the first one.
Take it away.
All right.
Browns.
Woo!
First win in like
635 days.
20 years, and it came against the
JETS. Sucks. Woo!
Oh, a 14-0 lead. Cruise control only to get stomped on.
And by who? The new rookie, Baker Mayfield.
The GOAT,
Woo!
Mayfield.
And how did Sam Darnold do, by the way?
I wish my team would have won. This would be a lot
I know,
more
this would be a lot easier. My team too, but, I feel bad because guaranteed, remember, if you guys were tuning into last week's show, Adam Nish literally said that he has this game at a 14-point-plus favorite.
It was at halftime.
Yeah.
At halftime. And then Baker Mayfield came in and did an absolutely stunning job. 20 of 27 passing. I mean, that kid was just on fire. You got to give it to him, though, Adam. Adam, give it to him for going into the game and taking over and making sure that you guys did it.
It's one game closer to a new offensive lineman for the draft for you
We
all,
need an
so.
offensive line. Thank you.
See, I look at the
You watch
positives.
your back,
man.
I
All right,
look at
guys.
the positives.
I'm
in
going to
life.
break this down real quick. We're not so we can move on. Thank God, one day. It's tough moving on. I'm going to be real with you right now. That one hurt. That one hurt. It's good. It was bound to happen.
Not for us.
Shut up.
We
No, it was a game I was scared going into because honestly, if you look at week 1, the Browns tie with the Steelers off of a missed kick. You go into week 2, they barely lose to the Saints off of a missed kick after the Saints played a great game this week. They should have been 2-0 going into that game. They played a good game. Jets were still up 14-0 at the halftime, but the problem right now is everyone's coming down on Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold threw for 300-plus yards in week 2. He's been playing solid. He's a rookie. He'll have his up and downs. But he literally, as soon as he hiked the ball, no time whatsoever. And for a rookie quarterback, Baker Mayfield played lights out. I will say a lot of those plays were those throw up to Landry, see if he can come down with it. Now that they have film on him, I'm really, really interested to see what he does in the upcoming weeks. Not to take anything away from him because he played a great game, and that defense for the Browns is the truth. They're a good team. It's weird to say the Browns are a good team, and they were the better team that day.
I do like the coach of the Cleveland Browns by saying they asked him, who's going to be your starter for next week against Oakland? He said, I don't know. I have to review the tapes. What's there to discuss? Jeez.
I thought
So
Baker.
Tyrod
I thought
was
Baker
4
already
for
got
14, and complete garbage, and Baker Mayfield goes in
It's
there.
just they don't want to throw Taylor under the bus to make it seem like, oh, he's gonzos, but come on, he's done. I mean, we all know it.
Hey, open that beer in Cleveland. Did you see the police tweet in Cleveland?
Yeah.
We won. Oh, wait. Free
Yeah.
beer in Cleveland. We better go back.
I hope they enjoyed every last drop of that Bud Light because they deserve it. I mean, I'm not trying to rip Nish, but I mean, when you haven't won in that
630 days?
that is ridiculous. Almost 2 years. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
All right. So
It hurt. I got to throw this out there, guys. If you're a fan of a team, stick with that team. I've watched the Jets through 3 and 13 seasons, and from the looks of it, I got plenty of more of those to enjoy. But stick with them. You can't enjoy the highest of highs unless you've been through the lowest of lows. That's
Or
kind
you
of
could
what the
just
Jets are
stay
right
at the
now.
middle with the Cowboys and never get a high or a low. 8-8.
There's that option.
All right, but we'll move on to the other games. There was other games in the NFL today. The Panthers getting a 31-21 victory over the Bengals. The Bills shocking the world by taking out Minnesota 27-6.
Who saw that coming?
Somebody in Vegas is
Dude,
stupid rich right now.
I thought I left the Madden game on the PlayStation because it said 27-0. Josh Allen
But
running
Josh
for
Allen.
2 touchdowns today running.
I'm pretty sure that was one of the ones that we just said, yep, skip for the crew versus the quarter. Let's not even break that one
Yeah,
down.
it
You
is.
know, easy game.
And now, hey, next week we'll be hanging out with the Bill backers.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they're going to be on fire for the Packers. But let's move on. The Eagles, Carson Wentz gets his first win back as they beat the Colts 20-16.
Sloppy game, too.
Miami goes
Sloppy.
is at home against the Raiders. They take out the Raiders 28-20. Denver falls to the Baltimore Ravens 27-14. The Giants getting a win over the Texans 27-22. Bad news for you 49er fans as Jimmy G went out with a torn ACL, but Patrick Mahomes still shining with a 38-27 victory. The snooze fest game was the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That game ended in nothing but field goals as it was 9-6. The New Orleans Saints get the win over the Atlanta Falcons in overtime, 43-37. Washington, Adrian Peterson looking pretty good, guys. 31-17 victory over the Green Bay Packers. The Los Angeles Rams, Battle of LA, guys, they took it 35-23. Also, the Seattle Seahawks beating the Dallas Cowboys 24-13. And give it up to Chicago Bears as they came back and beat the Cardinals 16-14. And currently, right now, I believe this is the current score. The Lions with a 10-0 lead over the Patriots.
On first and goal right now, too.
It's
about to score
anarchy.
again.
Guys,
It's anarchy.
what's going on with the NFL? I mean,
I like how you skip over your beloved Jaguars with. It was a snooze fest. Don't worry about it. That was an upset. That was a huge upset. The Titans over the Jaguars.
That was a snooze fest.
Watch for that full moon.
Here in Albuquerque, we don't. I mean, unless you have DirecTV, NFL Sunday Ticket, you didn't get to watch it. But let's talk about the first one. Let's talk about that Bills Vikings game. Kirk Cousins literally disappeared this game. He was a no-show.
They looked past it.
I mean, what happened? Buffalo Bill fans got to be excited because Josh Allen literally took control of this game, and he looked like the guy that they wanted coming in. And that defense stepped up huge, especially when you got Stephon Diggs, you got Adam Thielen, you got Delvin Cook. What happened to the Minnesota Vikings, guys? What happened?
It's a game that, like we did, Elijah said we were guilty of it. When you flip the quarter and we say, look, we can look past this game because there's I mean, we all knew the Bills were going to get slaughtered. They're playing in Minnesota. They didn't stand a prayer. And then you take a look at the result. I think that they fell asleep, even when it was 7-0, 14-0, as the Bills started to climb away. There really wasn't too much concern. The Vikings were going to win. They found themselves, it was a tortoise in the hare kind of game until the Bills ran away with it.
I mean, what do you do in one of those games when you're a Minnesota team? You should have won the game that you tied. You're coming in here 1-1. You should be 2-0. You're thinking that this is probably going to be a blowout. Buffalo's been playing very bad. Not just bad, very bad.
Horrendous.
And you come in and you just cannot get any offense going. That's kind of how the Cowboys feel every week. But this week alone, zero offense going for this Minnesota team. And I mean, even Kirk Cousins had threw for almost 300 yards. Most of that's going to be in garbage time anyway. But it's just one of those games that you're just kind of stunned. It's kind of what is going on here. That this really we're kind of playing down to their level, right? You're playing against the lesser teams. So we're going to play lesser, and they just. I mean, we only put 6 points on the board. I mean, you're not going to win a whole lot of games with 6 points on the board.
It's an any given Sunday mentality, which honestly, for the teams out there, if you're a fan of a team that's struggling, they should give you hope.
This Sunday was the epitome of any given Sunday because there was a lot of random wins, a lot of people losing that they shouldn't have.
The Browns never should have beat the Jets.
The Browns, this game, I mean,
Never.
there's a lot of games here that you're just looking at and kind of saying, what the heck happened this week? Like, really, what happened this week? My pick'ems at work, probably just about I did in the quarter, 3 and something.
We'll get to
absolutely
what you did
horrible.
here in a minute, but There was another one too. How about Chucky in Oakland starting 0-3? 0-3 for Chucky, and the Raiders look good at the beginning, but the Dolphins just came out. I love the Dolphins touchdown celebration going into the fourth quarter. High-fiving each other on their way to the end zone, like just mocking the Raiders like,
oh,
what?
My question to you guys is, are the Dolphins for real? Like they're 3-0, they're quiet.
I hate to say it.
We're talking Buccaneers, we're talking Chiefs, we're talking the Rams, and the best teams, and then here's kind of Miami, 3-0, but kind of staying under the radar. And are they for real? I don't know what to think of this team.
You look back to when we were doing our preseason predictions. This was a team that we looked at and said, squish the fish, write them off. This is a team that wins 2, maybe 3 games this season. They've won 3, and they've played 3.
They've beaten the Titans, the Jets, and now the Raiders. So can you say they've beaten quality teams?
But what is quality this year? They beat the Jets, that beat the Lions, that are beating the Patriots. I mean, it's any given Sunday mentality going into the week 3. By now, typically
13-0 Lions, by the way.
13-0. I mean, I love it because it's the Patriots. But sorry.
And the Lions been playing really bad too, and this week doesn't make sense. But yeah, no. Tannehill had a pretty solid game, 17 for 23, throwing for almost 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, just quietly doing Tannehill things that kind of they believe that he should be doing is just kind of playing his game and doing well. But again, they're staying under the radar.
I think that's what Miami wants. They want to stay under the radar. They don't want you to be like, oh, Miami's one of the powerful teams in the league now. I think they kind of like being in this position right now. They kind of like being that underdog.
Write them off. Nobody was talking. How about you guys in the comments? Tell us what you think. Are the Miami Dolphins for real, or are we all being taken for a ride?
And Raider Nation, tell us how you feel, because you're 0-3 right now with the savior of John Gruden as your new coach, and you're losing some heartbreakers. But I mean, you gave up Khalil Mack, and I'm sure a lot of people weren't happy about that.
How about Gruden's comment during the week?
He's doing that.
It's hard to find it.
Yeah,
by the way, Greg in the comments says Pats are a second half team. Well, so
you should be a first half team up 30-0 right now.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what to think about any of those two teams, right? The Dolphins, are they for real? And obviously the Raiders so far aren't for real. So
in next game, I'm going to bash my own team, the Denver Broncos.
I'll bash them too.
Okay, because I know this was coming. All right, we looked great that first quarter. We were blocking punts. We were, driving. As soon as Phillip Lindsay went out, the air went out in the Denver Broncos. Phillip Lindsay got ejected for throwing punches after an unnecessary fumble that he didn't need to even be involved in. Got pushed to the ground, threw blows, and they ejected him for the game. My only concern is, who was he throwing punches at? He was just kind of like...
No, the guy laying on top of him.
Yeah, but it wasn't hitting. If you look at the review, he wasn't hitting him.
It doesn't matter. You don't throw punches. Don't try to justify your
team's
he swung and he missed, so he should have been ejected.
I'm going to say an Adam Nish move. This was a rookie mistake. He's young, and he just needed to cool down. And
here we go. You're praising the guy. Oh, rookie mistake. You're giving him the Aaron Rodgers treatment. He can do no wrong. No, bad mental mistake. Throwing punches, didn't land any of the punches, so he should be ejected for the next 3 games for wasting everybody's time. Complete bum, and took the wind out of your sails that you dropped 14 in the first quarter and then do a triple save.
You got comfortable is what it is. You blocked 2 kicks. Those were phenomenal, and that one should have been returned for a touchdown if it wasn't for the penalty. By the way, Greg says the Dolphins aren't for real. 3-0 is the record. I don't know about that. But honestly, the Denver Broncos looked solid, and I know they did lose some air. I was ticked. I had Lindsey. A lot of us had Lindsey in fantasy football this week. Takes 2 points and bounces. He looked good, and honestly, Royce Freeman didn't look bad at all.
No,
he looked decent.
And it was the Broncos secondary. I think that hurt them the most as well.
That defense?
Flacco was looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I know, Elijah, you're not a big fan of the guy, but he didn't put up. He didn't put up highlight numbers. I mean, 217 yards passing or 71 yards.
277.
Yeah, 277 passing. But it didn't look like he was dominating the Broncos. It just looked like the Broncos beat themselves. Case Keenum could not move the ball. Hey.
They didn't win. We beat ourselves.
We did beat ourselves.
Every week, man.
No offensive line for the Denver Broncos.
They lose 100-0, and it's like, oh, yeah, well, the Broncos just had a really tough game, and, they had rookie mistakes. And we beat ourselves.
Who's the only team in the room with the winning record right now?
We all suck, and
we all took L's today.
We're all not going to win our division.
We're on that L wagon
it doesn't matter.
All right, let's move on. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
keeping up his MVP caliber type. Did you guys see that play he did? Looked like a Madden play.
Run around
15 yards backwards and then throws a perfect pass in the end zone. This kid's a
Do you think
gunslinger.
they can Ben Simmons him and give him Rookie of the Year for the second season, even though it's his first one going?
I'm not Rookie of the Year. I'm going to say
Oh,
NFL
for
MVP.
sure. He's on the road to MVP.
Him and
line
Fitzy
here.
are right up there.
It's
Man.
magic.
The Amish rifle. The Irish. No, I've never been so sure that a young player is for real than when I watch Patrick Mahomes play. That guy has a rocket for an arm, and he's making smart moves. What's he at? 13 touchdowns? They said he's trending over 80.
He
He's
broke
trending-
Peyton Manning and Tom Brady's record today for most touchdown passes within 3 games.
Question for you though, Josh: is he peaking too early? Is that team as a whole peaking too early?
He is going to hit a crash sooner or later. It happens to everybody, but when? That's the question.
Well,
We
you
don't
look, you
know.
have the Broncos coming up next, then you have the Jags, and then you have the Patriots. Those are perfect 3 games to see if you're for real, right? Broncos have a good D, we know. Jaguars have a good D.
Yeah.
One of the greatest, or one of the best Ds right now, especially with one of the greatest cornerbacks. And then the Patriots don't really have a defense, but they kind of have
They have a scoring
a
offense.
scoring offense. It's just going to be a good game because
Well, they'll have Josh Gordon now.
yeah. And so these next 3 games are going to be is this guy for real?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as of right now, I mean, how can you say he's not for real?
He is for real.
Yeah,
And
he is.
He is the answer
playing.
that they. Good move by Kansas City. But is he going to be an Alex Smith? Remember, Alex Smith did this where he was good in the regular season.
Not this
No,
good.
lot.
But what
Not
happened with
not
Alex
this
Smith?
good.
Alex Smith keyed in on his players. You saw that huge start to Kareem Hunt, and that's all he relied on. After that, you saw Tyreek Hill take off, and that's all he relied on. He was a single-minded player. Patrick Mahomes is spreading that ball out. He did have Kelsey on that one game where he was hitting him repeatedly, but if you look, Tyreek had a huge game, and he hasn't performed for the last couple at a high level. Kareem didn't go off for the last couple of games. Today, he had probably a good 20-some fantasy points. He put up some numbers.
Yeah.
He's spreading the ball around, which a good quarterback will.
And let's go to a next one. 'cause
Well, we
there's-
talk about Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
How the Niners? Who's
Tough
the
break,
quarterback
huh?
now in San Francisco?
Is it? No, Gabbard's not there. He's
No.
in Tennessee.
Does anybody know the backup quarterback for the Niners?
Yeah, you get on that, Elaine.
Does anybody know anybody's backup quarterback?
Man, that's heartbreaking,
Let me
though.
see.
And it really is for Niners Nation out there, Niners Empire. I know we have here in Albuquerque. If you look, it was the worst part about it. The reason a lot of people were fearing an ACL right away is it really was non-contact. I know he took that shot, but if you look at the way that Jimmy Garoppolo was running towards the sideline, his knee kind of shot out to the side, and then he took the
Yeah.
hit.
It seems like he probably wouldn't have taken the hit if his knee didn't buckle, and he kind of made him fall back the opposite way
Yep.
into the dude who just kind of leveled him to add
Wrecked
insult to injury. Someone standing over you, staring you down while your knee is in a bunch of pain. Poor guy. Jimmy G, I guess we're going to have to wait to see what's going on, but
Injury bug.
it doesn't look like it's going to be too good. So that's very unfortunate for the 49ers, who had such a high hopes the way they ended the season last year, pretty much going undefeated during Jimmy G's run, and now starting off the season 1-2 with their quarterback possibly being
CJ Berthard is the quarterback for the 49ers now.
gone. Never heard of him.
Fantasy sleeper.
Yeah.
Question: when do you call in a backup quarterback now?
You know,
Hey,
so on
do the-
that talk, obviously we're talking Colin Kaepernick.
Yep.
On that talk, there is very, very heavy rumors out that 2 teams are interested in signing him. Those 2 teams being the Patriots and the Cowboys. That is the big rumor right now.
That is
It was Colin Kaepernick's lawyer that said, keep your eyes peeled.
That's interesting because, I mean, the Cowboys right now, we stink at quarterback. Patriots obviously don't really stink at quarterback, but I mean, he's still suing the league, so I'm wondering how that goes. If you can still sue
Right.
and play,
For
but
collusion, and the
yeah.
Patriots were one of the ones that he was targeting.
Yeah, but
But if you're San Francisco,
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to look at him because I already, I don't even know again who you just said the name. I don't even,
CJ Berthard.
yeah, I'm guessing he probably has to be better than that guy, right? So no offense to old CJ, doesn't start ripping him.
Hey,
but,
but what about calling RG3?
What's he, number 3 out in Baltimore right
Yeah.
now? Yeah, I mean, there's him. You got the
He
AJ
looked- he
McCarron.
looked
yeah,
decent.
You got some
McCarron's
decent
another
players.
You look decent in preseason.
maybe
man.
Nicky Foles.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Carson
we can-
Wentz is back. Who
We're going to
knows?
see something. Something's got to happen. I don't think you can rely on CJ.
No, not
whoever.
with the expectations where they are for that
Yeah.
team.
All right, so we're going to move on. How about the most controversial call today between the Packers and the Redskins? Elijah's loving it because he can't stand it. But, guys, was it? The Redskins get the victory 31-17.
Cowboys had one, or last week we had a BS call. There's been a lot of these calls, and again, we see because of the Romos, the Rodgers, the breaking the collarbone on those type of falls, why we want to do it. But there's a big difference between the ones that they pick up and slam down and I just hate how they say, "Oh, you can't have all your body weight." Well, if you're tackling someone,
Exactly.
You're gonna come
physics
down.
tells us that you're probably going to come down on them in your whole body weight, unless you just kind of push them and try to catch yourself. In that case, you're going to injure your arms. Another BS call. Clay Matthews has been on the back end of 2 bad calls.
Back to back.
But we'll talk once you guys get over this. I want to kind of talk about that game a little bit myself.
My takeaway from that is exactly what Clay Matthews said after the game. He went off about it. A lot of times you see these players hold it in. He didn't hold anything back. He said the league is getting soft. He says when you're going straight on at a player, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, no,
I agree with
Push
him.
them, let them fall down. Like it's not gonna.
It's getting to the point now where it's just kind of ridiculous because
Like you said,
I don't
said it
know how
last
you
week's
can
show.
call those as a ref. Like it's kind of they're being forced to make these calls, but how do you tell if someone put all their weight on it or only maybe 80% of the weight? It's just it's kind of I don't know how you decide that call, and the way that it's been called lately, I don't think they're the right
You
calls.
said it perfectly last week. We better get used to probably putting a red jersey on the quarterbacks and saying stop sign.
Okay, and what are your guys' thoughts? We want to hear from you. Are these smart plays? Is it going to pay off in the end with healthier players, with these big money players staying in the league, or have we gotten too soft as an NFL officiating crew as a whole?
And you know what else we're getting soft on? I am tired. All right, Aaron Rodgers has an injury. He leads the Packers to victory, and this guy's a gamer. Oh, he puts the whole team on his back. Oh, he's the most amazing guy in the world. They lose this week. Oh, well, he's injured and he can't put everybody on his back. Every week, this guy can do no wrong, right? He's either the GOAT or, it was his team's fault. When is it ever his fault, right? We rip everybody else, but this guy gets a free pass. It's like Josh talking about Blake Bortles. Never anything critical about it. I don't understand. I don't understand this guy gets in the conversation of the GOAT. I don't get it. He has one Super Bowl. One freaking Super Bowl. And he's injured. He's like Sean Lee of the Cowboys. Injured every freaking season, and yet he's the greatest quarterback in the world. Get out of here with that crap.
And welcome to Elijah
He's going to
Rant.
make the playoffs again this year, too. Bum.
I want to continue this.
He's still better than Brady.
Hey, let's continue to have him rap because I enjoy it.
I'll take
the Dallas Cowboys playing the Seattle Seahawks today, 24-13.
Go on.
Go ahead. 30 seconds with Elijah.
I'm tired of the clapper, all right? Our coach, Mr. Clapper. Claps for every single thing, right? We get a first down, claps, right? I'm tired. The play calling for the Cowboys is bad. Our offense is bad. Dak Prescott is bad. Yet no offensive help from the line. We have a lot of injuries, but maybe we should make some adjustments. Short passes, some screen passes. No, we're going to continue just letting him get torn up. We have no wide receivers, letting Dez go, and we're going to get Allen Hurns. Maybe he'll be the savior of our team. Bad all around, no discipline. We had some bad penalties saved from our lack of discipline from the team. Sean Lee hurt again, miraculously hurt again every season. Played one full season with us. One full season. When are we going to finally get rid of this guy? I don't think there's any Cowboy fan out there who's saying, "Oh, Sean Lee needs to be another season." Everyone's like, "Oh, here he is, hurt again," right? He's like that fish from SpongeBob with all the injuries. That's Sean Lee every season. He's a great guy, but my goodness, I'm tired of it already. I'm tired of this team. I'm tired of 8-8 seasons. We're the richest franchise in the world, and we can't put together a winning season. Get Jason Garrett out of there. I'm tired of the clapper, man. I'm tired of that guy.
I would give everything to go 8-8. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Browns fans that would be a Super Bowl season for Browns fans.
That's not. Man, we're 5 Super Bowls. We're a $3 billion team, and we're 8-8 every single year.
An interesting takeaway from that is that there was some inside scoops in the know, supposedly, saying that Earl Thomas, after this game, or possibly held out of this game, was going to be signing with the Cowboys. Was going to be traded to the Cowboys. Everybody was saying it. After his second interception on the Cowboys,
He bowed
to the Dallas sideline. I don't know if that's very valid at this
Our
point.
defense is actually pretty good, so Josh Gordon would have been a better signing than Earl Thomas.
How about that Boise State linebacker you guys have?
He actually
Van Der
played-
Esch is.
he-
I didn't know who we were talking about, but
He was our first round draft. He actually played a really good game because their Carson, their running back, was just bulldozing dudes. And when Van Der Esch was in, he was not bulldozing that guy.
I told you.
That guy was. But again, let's get him and Jalen Smith. I'm tired of Sean Lee already. Man, that dude's always hurt. Tired.
I think Van Der Esch is going to take over. Sean Lee.
But I mean.
So if anybody wants, I'll give you Elijah's address. You can send him the Clapper T-shirts for Christmas. He'll love them. He'll wear them every day.
I'm tired of that guy.
Dude, your coach looks so funny on the sideline. Those dorky 1990 sunglasses standing there going.
He's had too many chances. Chance 5, 6,
Too many.
He is the Mike Sosha.
He's like
Get
Jeff
rid of
Fisher.
him. Like,
Jeff
At least
Fisher of the
Sosa has a
NFCs.
World Series. We don't even have that.
yeah, you don't have a Super Bowl. That's true.
Yeah.
Elijah, can you tell us how old you were last time Dallas won a Super Bowl?
Avante Davis. I'm out of here. I retire. I'm tired. I'm retiring as a Cowboy fan as of right now.
All right,
I'm
next
out of here.
game, what we got?
The last one we're going to talk about is let's talk about that Saints Falcons one.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
Like, neither defense was there.
We called it, though. Remember, we said this is not going to be a defensive game. This is going to be like
High-scoring shootout.
if you have fantasy leagues, like you want everybody from these teams because I got 40 points from Drew Brees today. And
You see, Stephen Ridley went off for like 150 yards and 3
and how many
touchdowns.
times? How many times was Ridley thrown to game 1 for the Falcons? Anybody know? Anybody know? Bueller?
You said you had Stephen Ridley for your fantasy?
No, I had Drew Brees.
Oh,
but Stephen Ridley was thrown to 0 times against the Eagles. 0 times.
Yeah.
And how many times was Julio thrown to today? Like 3 or 4?
Not much.
Yeah.
Not 7 receptions for 146
Those-
yards
those
and
are-
3 touchdowns. That's for sure.
That's like a Jordy Nelson kind of day where they just go off randomly and you can't predict it.
Yeah.
But no, that's like you said, that was not a defensive game at all. Neither one of these teams stand a prayer as far as going the distance, in my opinion. You need a defense. We've said this all along. You need a defense to win a Super Bowl. You need a team around you if you're going to go anywhere. If you look at the Saints, what was it, week one that they're winning like 48-42, or they lost 48-42, and now this one was what, 42-30?
43 to 37.
God, man, it's terrible. You can't have an 80-point game nearly, or 80 points, and expect to do anything with your season. You're not going to be able to put up those points against a high-caliber defense, and then what? So great job to the New Orleans Saints. They played a great game, but I wouldn't give kudos to either team defensively. It was garbage.
The quarterbacks were 30 points away from a combined 800 yards. So almost 800
That's like
yards
the old
combined
NCAA
and
video games.
8 touchdowns combined between the two. But Matt Ryan's stat line, 26 to 35, 374 yards for 5 touchdowns and a loss. How many times do you ever see that stat line and like they lost?
Tom Brady,
but-
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you definitely see the higher yardage in a loss because they're trying to come back. That was Darnold week 2. He had put up 300-some yards as a rookie, and they still got the loss. You see that when they're trying to come back, but both quarterbacks to do that, that's unheard of.
But that's Drew Brees pretty much his whole entire career.
Yeah.
Just throw
Hey,
it up.
congratulations to Drew Brees breaking Brett Favre's record on most completions in NFL history.
Who dat?
Good job.
Yeah, Drew
Good job,
Brees,
Drew Brees.
way better than Aaron Rodgers. I don't understand why he doesn't get in the conversation.
You're still on this.
way better. All right,
Join
what's
us
the
next week for Elijah Rants. All right, so we're gonna move on, guys, because we got.
Are you going to defend the Jaguars now or what?
No.
Okay.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about. The crew versus the quarter. It's time for the crew versus
Now we
the
can
quarter.
skip that.
Let's take a look on how everybody did this week. Remember, Jordan took the place of the quarter last week. So, Elijah, you were 5-9 as far as today. If New England continues to lose, you will hit 5-10.
Yeah, it'll be just like the Cowboys this year.
Adam, you are at 6-8.
Yes!
Jordan / quarter 9-5. 9-5.
Kudos.
And me at 8-6. 8-6. So I'm above 500.
I'm good at Sports Jeopardy, though.
So we got to move on because now it's week 4 predictions. Let's start with that Thursday night football game. Could be a battle of the NFC Championship. I said could. I didn't say would. All right, so it's going to be the Vikings visiting LA. So the Vikings and the Rams. Does anybody take in Minnesota on this one?
And the Rams are just so good.
I think we said that last week. Until they show us that they're human in any way, you can't knock them till they bleed. And they
gonna
haven't shown us an ounce of blood yet.
I want to find the Vegas odds in Super Bowl. It has to be the Rams, right? Even,
Has to be.
over, even over the Chiefs, it has to be them, right?
I think so. I think it's going to be Rams-Chiefs Super Bowl at this point.
All right, let's see what the coin has to say. Coin is taking the away team and is taking the Minnesota Vikings.
We're going to get one back on the... I don't know. I don't trust it anymore. After this week, I don't know.
This
I don't know the
week,
NFL
Hey,
anymore.
I was horrible.
All right, let's move on to the next game. It is Detroit going down to the Lone Star State and taking on the Dallas Cowboys, Adam.
And let us know who you guys have in these as well. Detroit on the... Oh, that's actually a tough game. It's going to be really boring.
Our schedule so far has been garbage, and yet, like, we're just a decent team. We should be almost 4-0.
My problem with them is, like, when you get those bursts of life, like you had that big run from Ezekiel Elliott, and then he fumbles.
Yeah.
I'm like, you get your hopes up. It's like the Lobos. It's just like the Lobos. They play with your emotions, and then
Hey.
they drop you on your face.
Good news is Lobos didn't play this weekend, so we didn't have to.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to take the away team in this. I'm going to go Detroit. Sorry.
It's all right.
I'm going to go with you, Adam. I'm going to take Detroit as well.
Still loyal.
That's a good fan.
This is going to be one of those games where
I hate this team, but I love this team, so I'm sticking with them.
Coin is taking the home team and taking the Dallas Cowboys. So you're not alone,
Nice
Elijah.
split there.
All right, next one we have the Cincinnati Bengals going down to the ATL to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Bengals and Falcons. Is this going to be another Saints-Falcons game?
No. Andy Dalton can't put up those kind of numbers. He's actually playing a lot better. I'm going to go with the Falcons in this game for the simple fact that I think both... Oh, that's tough. I'm really torn on this game because the Bengals definitely have the better defense. No question. But I just don't trust Andy Dalton at this point not to turn it over. And those turnovers, I think, are going to be the difference.
I'm taking the ATL. I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons because they do play good at home. Yes, granted today they lost, but against Carolina they put up good numbers. So I'm taking Atlanta Falcons.
And let us know what you think at home as well.
Elijah, what do you have?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I always seem to every time I go against the Bengals, they always tend to win. So I'll just to be safe, I'll take Atlanta as well.
He's got to get those numbers
Every time
up.
I go against the Bengals, they win, so I'm going to go Atlanta.
Yeah.
The coin is taking the home team as well,
I like
so
that logic.
so we're all taking the Falcons on that one. All right, next one. Philadelphia Eagles travel to the Music City and take on the Titans. Eagles and
I
Titans.
don't know with the Eagles anymore or the Titans. The Titans actually look decent today, knocking out the Jaguars. But I don't believe in the Titans. I don't believe that that's going to be a consistently decent team. So Titans take the loss.
All right, so Adam's going with Philly.
I'm going with Philly as well, even though I hope they lose, but I don't know what to think about the Titans.
How's it going, Marcus? Says hi.
I'm taking Philadelphia as well, and the coin is taking the away team. It's taking the Philadelphia Eagles, so another sweep.
All right.
All right, so
I
the
like
next
it.
game, Tampa Bay going to the Windy City to take on the Bears. So Buccaneers and Bears.
I think that could be a good game, actually.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's one of those games I wish I could see how Tampa Bay plays in Week 3, knowing into Week 4, but
we have Connor Fitzpatrick. Ryan
it's supposed to be the
Fitzpatrick.
last game of him, right? Theoretically.
No, they
before-
said he's sticking around. They were saying that he's getting the nod.
Wow.
They were saying that earlier.
I
today.
knew.
But when does Jameis come back?
Jameis comes back
It's
week
supposed to
5.
be, yeah.
Week 5, yeah. So it's gonna be different.
But I think if Fitzpatrick plays a great game tomorrow night and then takes out the Steelers and then takes out next week, takes out the Bears, you got to keep rolling with him.
I mean, I want to hear what you guys think on this. That's a tough one because the Buccaneers have shown consistency. None of us preseason gave Bucks this kind of a hope. Does Fitzmagic come alive in the Windy City, or do the Bears take this one home? I like the Bears. I actually do like Trubisky, but I can't go against the Buccaneers. They've proven two weeks in a row I've gone against them that they're a consistent, decent team. I'm going to take Tampa Bay.
Elijah,
it's magic all day.
looking like Connor over
Throw
there.
that beer.
I'm taking the Buccaneers as well, by the way, and the quarter is taking the Buccaneers. So another
Clean sweep.
clean sweep. All right, next one. We are going to be live at their home bar. We're going to be at Duke City Bar and Grill to hang out with the Buffalo Bill backers because we're going to do a pregame show. We'll get more into that later. But the Buffalo Bills traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Woo-wee.
That, before week 3, all of us would have laughed at it and said
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers gets the win. All of us would have. But week 3 happened, unfortunately. I don't know, Josh.
I don't know about this one
I'm
either.
going to go Packers. For the simple fact that, yes, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I'm sorry. He absolutely is.
Drew Brees.
Aaron Rodgers is a phenomenal player. They're going to be angry, especially after this week. And the Bills are not for real by any stretch of the imagination. So no, Packers get the win.
I agree as well. Packers get the win. However, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy rooting for the Bills with all of those Bill backers at the bar because I cannot stand that team. What about you, Josh?
Coin. Okay. You have to play Aaron Rodgers at home. You have to pick him. He's just amazing. He's like another Tom Brady at home.
Stop, man.
I said another Tom Brady at
Not-
home.
no.
He's hard to beat at home.
Don't
And
beat
I love the Bill backers. They're great to us. We're going to have a great time out there, but I just can't see Buffalo going into Green Bay and beating them.
Let's go
Were you-
Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo.
I wasn't here I wanted to get your take for what happened when Aaron Rodgers came back on them Bears a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, greatest thing ever, and then he loses this week. Oh, well, he had an injury this week. All right, I'm tired of it.
Phenomenal.
Tired of him already.
Alrighty, so we got to move on, guys. Adam's New York Jets going down to Jacksonville to take on the Jags.
Let me hear it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
How about them Jets? Time for a rebound game, especially if the Jacksonville Jaguars can be taken out by the Tennessee Titans.
You know, should I take
Jets are
Jacksonville?
gonna play-
Because every time I've taken New York Jets, they've lost.
Yes, please take
And
Jacksonville.
I've done that
Take
on
Jacksonville,
purpose.
just do it.
I'm taking the New York Football Jets because I want to see them lose.
All right, this would be a good win.
Elijah's
for me.
taking Jacksonville. And let's see what the coin has to take.
Blake Bortles.
J-E.
Taking the Jets.
Give me
All right.
one coin.
Me
There it is.
and Blakey are going to be the only ones with the W's next week.
Blake Bortles is one of the most overrated trash
I
quarterbacks
can
in the NFL.
I can afford to lose a couple games. I am a couple ahead of Elijah.
Blake
So-
Bortles is better than Rodgers.
Anyways,
All right, next one, divisional game between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots.
that's actually a good game.
Is it in Foxborough?
It's in Foxborough.
Oof. That's going to actually be a really good game.
That's gonna
because
be.
It seems like New England can't find their identity, and Miami is slowly finding how good they could possibly be. I'm
get
going to
you a
go
score
with,
on
I'm
that
guessing even though Miami is 3-0, I'm guessing probably Vegas-wise, they're probably still going to be the dog in this game at home or away against the Patriots. So I'm going to have to take Miami on this.
At halftime, Detroit's up 13-3.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take New England on this one.
Adam?
Oh, no, you know I'm not taking Tom Brady. Tom Brady, I can't stand anything you stand for, anything you are. You're a terrible human being, and you're going to catch a loss at home.
Is that why you
It's taking the away
try to
team.
compare Aaron Rodgers because you hate you're,
I might be just a skosh bias.
Me
all right?
too.
I am
Just a
sorry,
skosh.
like I hate Tom Brady, but he just doesn't lose at home, and I got to take New England on this one. The coin took Miami, by the way. So next one, another divisional game. The Texans going against the Colts.
Colts.
Are we all
They
taking
blew
the
it
Colts?
today.
Texans have
man.
been
They
garbage. They can't find a win. It's not the same Deshaun Watson that came back. And I drafted him in fantasy. I was hyped for him.
Didn't he get
Deshaun,
you
I
like 30
wanted
some
you.
points today?
No, he got 25 today.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, for the last couple weeks, he hasn't done much, and he's not the same player. He's not the game changer he used to be.
Coin is taking the home team, so it's taking the Colts. Another clean sweep on the board here. All right, next one. Seattle goes down to the desert to take on the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Phew. Yeah, the both games.
0-3 versus 1-2.
Oh, Cardinals lost today.
They
Yeah.
lost.
They actually had a decent little comeback, but Cardinals aren't a good team by any
Yeah.
stretch of the imagination. And it looks like
Neither is Seattle.
Josh Rosen might get the nod next week.
Yeah.
Bradford got beat up, and you're going to have a rookie
I
quarterback.
think Seattle clicked in a good way today. I
got
think
some mojo.
Carson was over 100 yards rushing, and I think I'm gonna have to take Seattle.
You know, I'm going to take the upset on this one. New quarterback. If they give him the nod, it's going to be one of those things that if he can play just a decent game, he's going to give life to the team just like that.
I can see where you're coming from. That's the Mayfield effect. You don't
Yeah.
know what's coming. You don't
And
have
Seattle
any film
is
on
not
it. You
very
don't know.
good, right? The Cowboys aren't good, so being the
Yeah.
Cowboys doesn't mean anything. They didn't play. They played well towards the end, but after a while, your defense is going to just get tired anyway. The first half, they didn't do anything against us, so they're not a good team. We're not a good team.
So who are you taking, Adam?
Excuse
Oh,
me.
me? I'm taking. Jeez.
Sorry, I cut off
Trying
Elijah.
to take
No, I'm
over
gonna
here.
take Seattle, but I really like that take. I can see the logic there, and I like that take. I'm not brave enough, but kudos to you.
Thank you.
The quarter just didn't agree with Elijah though. It's taking Seattle.
That's a smart quarter. I'm sorry. That's a super smart quarter.
Alrighty.
We shall see.
Next one. This one's gonna be fun. The Brownies going to Oakland,
Yeah.
taking on the Raiders and Browns. Oh my goodness.
From getting their first win in like 3 years to the Raiders getting their first win in 4 games, I'm taking Oakland on this one. There's no way they're going to go 0-4 and lose. Yet they lose, which would be hilarious if they did lose to the Browns, because then all the Gruden lovers, what are you going to say about that?
Yeah.
Now they're
Let's
gonna
get
want-
rid of him.
Now they're going to want his head on that one, so that's going to be a fun one.
And for that case, I do want the Cleveland Browns to win. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns in an upset because I want to see Raider Nation crumble and fall and just bury themselves in the dirt. I'm sorry, I'm a big Raider hater, and I think Baker Mayfield's got something here. I think he's got some charisma. He showed it in college. It's funny because when he was in college at Ohio State or playing at Ohio State, remember, stuck the flag of Oklahoma in the middle of Ohio State,
class.
and then all of a sudden now
class.
all the Browns fans are thinking he's the greatest man alive. So I'm taking Cleveland for the upset.
Honestly, I watched every single play of the Jets' demise this last Thursday, and Baker played good, but he didn't play great. He made a lot of he forced so many throws that somehow snuck through those windows, but they weren't really there. I don't see it happening again now that you have film on him. You know the way he plays. Oakland gets their first win.
So you two are taking Oakland. Me and the coin are taking Cleveland. Alrighty, so now the next game. The Saints travel to New York and take on the Giants.
The Giants aren't very good either, in a very bad NFC, so I'm going to take the Saints.
Saints.
Giants don't really have a defense, and so the Saints are just going to put up 1,000,000 points like they always do. Every year too. When do they ever
Coin
not
going
put up a
with the
million
away
points? Like,
team.
every year, even when they're bad. Oh, we still
if you
lose
gotta scheme,
50
you
to
gotta
60.
scheme.
Yeah, just stick with it.
All right, so Jimmy List's 49ers go to LA to take on the Chargers.
Jimmy list. It's just a weird thing to say.
Jimmy Garoppolo lists 49ers.
Yeah, Jimmy list.
Jimmy, that does sound weird.
Jimmy
Super
list.
weird, dude. Don't say that.
Yeah,
All right.
don't.
It's not good.
49ers at the Chargers next week.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd be surprised if we didn't all go that way. The Chargers are actually a decent team.
Yeah, they played really well today. I mean, just the Rams are a better team, but yeah, against that Jimmy list, they're not gonna.
That Jimmy list 49.
They're not gonna do it.
Coins
Jeez.
taking the Niners.
God, that's a bad thing to say.
All right.
It's just weird.
Next one, Sunday Night Football. The Ravens and Steelers. Ravens and Steelers on Sunday Night Football next week.
That's a good game. That's a better game than people are going to give it credit for right now. Baltimore's a good team. They beat up on Denver today. That defense looked solid in the second half. Not so great the first half. And Steelers aren't a bad team. They just don't have a great defense.
Well, with rumors spreading around, guys, Le'Veon Bell
Could be traded.
Yeah, I know on what is it, Instagram or Facebook this week, someone had a clip and it said this could quite possibly be Le'Veon Bell's last play with the Raiders, and he liked it or he shared it or something. So
he's
think
wiped
he's
off
done.
their depth chart. He's gone.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to go. If it's in Pittsburgh,
I still got to give the nod to the Steelers.
so do I.
me too.
Yeah.
I think I don't know how they're going to do this game, but I mean, Antonio, everybody's pissed in that team, and there's such a disarray. There has to be one game coming up in the next 3 weeks that's going to be their turnaround game where they just kind of take it out on somebody that they.
And what he said they're pissed because they want to win.
Yeah.
Get
And
that
it's-
win.
Yeah, and he said we're a good team. We should not be winless.
They
And
want to
it's
win.
true.
It's not that they're hating their coaches. They're hating each other. They want to win.
Yeah, frustrating.
The coin took Pittsburgh as well. All right, so last one, Monday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes will take on his first challenge as he heads to Mile High City to take on the Broncos. You already know my picks, so I'm going to let these guys.
I think you already know ours too.
Yep.
Casey.
It's going to be such a good game. I can't wait. I can't wait for Mahomes to just
Chiefs.
throw down your throats, Carrillo.
God,
Oh, man.
What, you think he'll drop a 40 burger on him?
And the coin is
I
taken
think so.
Kansas City as well.
I think the 40 burger will be the appetizer.
Woo! They're going in on your boys.
Until Von Miller gets a hold of them.
There
And
we go.
all right, so that wraps it up for the crew versus the quarter. Adam, we have something to give away.
And this is going to be fun. This is going to be our last giveaway in the Facebook comments because I do want to remind you guys that as of next week, with our live shows, starting in the morning with our live pregame show, it'll be around 10 a.m. at the bar, and then our live show that night, we are moving, guys. We are moving to YouTube. What you'll see is we're going to share a link on our Facebook for you to click, and it'll take you over to our YouTube channel. The quickest way, look up ABQ Sports Crew on YouTube. Click that subscribe, get your notifications. That's where we will be broadcasting from now on. There's going to be a lot of content. Make sure you subscribe there. So this will be a final giveaway.
What
on
are we
Facebook.
giving away? What are we giving away? Lobo tickets? Are we giving away?
Lobos!
Lobo hockey tickets next week up for grabs
Lobos.
for one lucky fan. I want to see.
This is courtesy of the Lobo Hockey Network. Make sure you subscribe to them. If you can't make it out to a Lobo hockey game, there is a good team in New Mexico, guys. If you can't make it out to a game, make sure you subscribe. We got some games coming up Friday and Saturday.
So how do we pick a fan? How do you guys want to pick a fan? The craziest comment, like they're the biggest ABQ Sports Crew fans, like the funniest joke. Like, what do you guys want to do? What should we do to give away these tickets?
How about this? A trivia question.
Oh, trivia question. I like
Trivia
it.
question. Right
I do
answer in
like-
the comments. We'll
I
kick
like
it
It's
off.
all you, Nish.
Oh, I wasn't.
No, all right. How about what year did ABQ Sports Crew air its first episode?
Ah, that's a good one. Do you
Good luck
even know?
Googling that.
Yeah, that ain't going to be on Google.
Yeah.
What?
Check our Wikipedia page.
What year and what month? Yeah, I would say.
There you go.
What year and what month did ABQ Sports Crew start?
That's a tough one.
It
I
is
don't
a
even
tough
know the
one.
answer to that. Do we
I don't
even
know
know the
that.
answer? How are we going to find that
All
one
right,
out?
2012. Yes.
First person to get it right will be the winner.
How about some Lobo hockey tickets? Feel free to try it out. Throw your answers in the comments down below. If we don't have a right answer during the show, we'll check after the show.
Yeah.
So stay after it.
Alrighty, so now guys, it's time for our new game. It's time for the Crew Family Feud.
I
So-
have a chance.
Ouch. The walkie-talkie, like.
Did you like my Julian?
All
Our
right.
producer Julian
Hey,
has the greatest
I want
dab
that
you've
one.
ever
I
seen.
want that one.
You want that
So
one?
good.
That one's mine. Yeah.
The boing.
I love our new set. Thank you again to Jennifer. This is
Yeah,
looking so
great
good, guys.
set. Shout out to
I am
the-
undefeated on this set.
Yeah. What about the Jimmy List 49ers?
Jimmy!
Jimmy Liz.
Wait, hold up. All right, we're good. All right.
Get the answers out of my pocket here.
Can I see him? All right, so what's the name of this game, Josh?
It's called the Crew Family Feud. Okay, same rules apply. We're also going to give away.
Yeah, that's right.
We're gonna select one random person on our Facebook because Elijah and Adam are gonna be doing fast money. Okay, you guys know that together. And if they get over 200 points, one lucky fan in our comment section is gonna get Lobo hockey tickets.
So that's instead of the other?
No, I'll do both.
So
throw them out there.
So how it's gonna work is Crew Family
Everybody
Feud.
gets Lobo.
Everybody.
You still
Throw 'em out
get
there.
to take out Adam, but you two will be working together at the end.
Take me out.
Yeah, where do you want to
Hey, how about I found my Tuscano?
You guys are sick. All right, so I did find a really cool website that let me do all this. Okay, I did a survey, and all these questions, 100 people answered. Okay, welcome back to the Crew Family Feud. We got
How do you play
the
it?
Elijah family and the Adam family.
The Adams family.
Woo!
Oh, what? No longer from the producer.
You're the guest.
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right.
Still a guest.
Jeez, it is slowly
All right,
drift out of
you guys
picture
ready
here.
to do this? All right, here we go.
Wait, can you tell me how to play?
Family Feud. Top 4 answers on the board. All right.
Is it one strike and you're out? The next person gets a guess?
I like
No,
it.
we're gonna do 3 strikes.
Wait, 3 strikes at the top 4
Or should
answers?
we-
It's 1 strike.
Okay, 1 strike and you're
Yeah.
done. The other-
Thank you.
Fly by the seat of your pants.
All right. Round number 1. So we surveyed 100 people. Top 4 answers on the board. Name a sport people bet on. Adam.
Horse racing. Do I have to go Jeopardy? What is
No.
horse
Number 2 answer. Number 2. That was number 2. Elijah, you have a chance. Name a sport people bet on.
The American football.
That is correct. All right. So Elijah currently with 55 points.
Do I get half a point? For that?
No, you don't get any
It's
points.
the top 4.
All right. So there is 2 more left on the board.
So if he gets 1
Now,
strike, I
one
can
strike,
steal.
Adam could steal. All right.
Myth.
Name a sport, Elijah family, that people bet on. We have football and horse racing already answered.
NBA.
That is the number 4 answer. All right.
I didn't
So
think that. Wow. Okay.
we have one more. What is the number 3? We're looking for the number 3 answer. Number 3 answer.
Number 3
Name a
answer?
sport people bet on.
I will say college basketball.
Is it college basketball?
That was an interesting answer. I see
Adam
that.
trying to
NCAA
go for the
tournament.
steal. Adam trying to go for the steal.
just gonna go with
Adam
the,
family, name a sport people bet on.
I'm going to go with the old controversy from back in the day for betting while you're still in the league. I'm going to say that MLB.
Is it Major League Baseball?
Do I get a
The
chance?
number 3 answer was boxing. Boxing was the
yeah,
number
makes
3
sense.
answer. Elijah, you have now 60 points. 60 points.
Thank you. Finally.
All right. Round
Get some credit around
round number 2. Points are doubled. Okay. Round number 2.
And let us know in the comments what you think. Help me out. Help me out. I'm watching.
Name a sport that should be part of the Olympics but isn't.
Uh-oh.
Adam.
A sport that should be part of the Olympics but isn't would be soccer?
Soccer is part of
Is it part of the Olympics?
Oh, Elijah, do you go
I
ahead.
don't think it was.
Baseball.
Baseball. No, it's not. That was not.
What?
That was not number
Who's
4.
taking this survey?
So since Elijah,
Get
So
outta
it passes
here.
back on to me.
no, since Elijah ran the last round, he gets. Or no, we go again till we get a correct winner. We have to go again. Sorry.
These rules.
Top 4 answers on the board. The top 4 answers are still on the board. Adam.
A sport that isn't an Olympic sport but
Mm-hmm.
it should be. I know basketball is.
2.
Fishing.
Elijah, you want to try this?
I think it's becoming
2.
one. I don't know if it is one yet. I'm gonna say golf.
Golf is the number 2 answer. All right, Elijah, we continue
Wait.
with you.
That is an Olympic sport.
It's becoming one. It's not.
This
it's
last
not-
year was the first one.
No, it's
Hey,
still.
hey, I didn't write the rules of this game. I just win.
Justin Rose took gold, didn't he?
No,
I
I
don't
don't think
think
golfing
so.
is in the
No,
Olympics.
it
I think it's.
Olympic
I think
sport
it's
this last
coming.
It's
up
coming
to,
up
the
to be a
Olympics.
Was that not it?
Because the Winter
Pretty
Olympics
sure it
was here.
All right,
Yeah,
Elijah.
golf
You guys
was-
let me know. I'm pretty sure.
We got to move on. All right.
we gotta move on.
Name a sport that should be part of the Olympics but isn't.
Fishing.
Cricket.
Adam, you have a chance to steal.
A sport that isn't part of the Olympics but should be baseball.
I said
You already said
baseball.
baseball.
That's still wrong.
Oh.
Number one fans. American football was number 1.
Nobody plays American football. This is a
And if
Number-
it's American
survey.
football, we would just take gold every year.
Yeah.
Number 3 was
Nobody else qualified.
bowling was number 3. Bowling was number 3.
Up there with fishing.
And number 4, dodgeball. Dodgeball was number 4.
This is,
Look at that.
American football.
Oh, man.
All right, Elijah, you are the winner of Crew Family Feud.
Thank you.
There's only 3 questions?
There's only 2 rounds, yeah, because we don't have a lot of show, man. We don't have a lot of show. Next week we'll play again.
I'm not undefeated
We'll play.
anymore.
But you got a chance to win for one lucky fan out there. Who are we gonna take as that one lucky fan to give Lobo hockey tickets to? Let's see.
Nobody yet. Anybody wants to throw it in there, we'll watch throughout the week.
Well, he doesn't live in town.
Yeah.
We'll find somebody.
We'll get them.
We'll find somebody. But Elijah and now Adam are gonna get a chance to win fast money. They're gonna get a chance. If they do not get 200 points, they don't move on. Okay, they don't get tickets to the Lobo hockey. Nobody gets tickets if you guys get over. No, I can't talk today. Jesus.
I'm a broadcaster.
If you do not get 200 points, nobody gets tickets.
Okay.
If you get 200 points, someone gets a ticket. All right, so we're gonna need Adam to leave the room for a minute. Adam, you need to leave the room.
Oh,
So go join your wife.
did you run this through the producer first? Oh, awkward. Oh man, just throwing.
Can I bring my microphone? No. All right, so I need to get.
That was such a weird walk off.
I need to get the
He
time.
can't. He's not supposed to listen. I'm guessing.
Yeah, make sure he doesn't listen, producer.
Anyways,
Let me get the clock on the board here. Let me get a timer here because you get 20 seconds.
We're all clear.
shout out to the Dodgers today, winning 14-0. Gainer
All right.
bats going late.
Clock will start after the first.
I just gotta. You're gonna name like 6 questions, and I gotta.
5 questions.
Yeah.
All right. The
don't
first
need
thing that
this.
comes to the top of your head.
Yeah.
Okay. Clock will start after. Julian, can you be the clock producer? Just press play there when you're ready. First question the clock will start after the first question is read. Name a sport that is a tough. Jesus. Name a sport that a tough guy might find wimpy.
This tough guy might find wimpy. Baseball.
Name a sport can only be played outside in the winter weather.
Hockey.
Name a sport that a grandfather teaches his grandson to do.
Baseball.
Name a sport that takes place in water.
Swimming.
Name a sport you might lose a tooth.
Hockey.
All right. Good, ran right on the.
Like the same 5 answers there.
All right, time is up.
Okay.
So we said name a sport that a tough guy might find whippy. You answered what again?
Baseball.
Baseball. Survey says
No.
0. Name a sport that can only be played outside in the winter. You replied hockey. Number one answer. So we got 34 points up on the board for you.
Okay.
All right. You said name a sport that a grandfather teaches his grandson to do. You said
Baseball.
baseball.
Baseball and hockey are like the same answers.
Survey said
What?
0.
What were the answers on that
I can't tell you. You got
What doesn't matter anymore.
name a sport that takes place in the water. You said swimming. Survey said 14 points. It was the number 2 answer.
What was number 1?
All right, and the last one you said name a sport where you might
Wait.
lose a tooth. You answered hockey.
again.
Number 1 answer, so 49 points.
He's been hitting that button.
Yep. That's got some 100. That's all I needed.
17, 97 points. All right, you're gonna have to go where Adam's at, and
What? It doesn't matter.
oh, that's right,
anymore,
yeah. Bring that guy in here. Make him
That's what I'm
stop.
telling you. You can tell me the answer. It doesn't matter because I'm not saying them anymore. Make sure you flush the toilet.
Adam, your partner got you 97 points.
Rigged. Should have been 197.
Don't worry. I've been called somewhat of a guru when it comes to these.
Self-proclaimed.
All right, 25 seconds on the clock. You will hear a if it's a repeat answer. Okay? Stop looking at me like that.
All right. Plus
All right.
time.
All right, clock will start after I read the first question. Name a sport that a tough guy might find wimpy.
Fishing.
Which sport can only be played outside in the winter?
Curling.
Name a sport that a grandfather teaches his grandson to do.
Fishing.
Name a sport that takes place in water.
Fishing.
Name a sport you might lose a tooth.
Hockey. Rugby.
Yeah, good answer.
All right, let's see here. All right.
I had hockey like every single answer. It was hockey and baseball for me.
I
for
don't do
everything.
well in these pressure situations.
All right. Fishing, and hopefully you can get line.
All right.
There gotta be one on there.
You said we asked you name a sport that a tough guy might find wimpy.
Fishing.
Adam said fishing. Survey said 0 points. Golf was the number one answer. Golf was
No,
the
it's a
number one
great
answer.
sport.
I said baseball, and that was wrong.
Adam, we said name a sport that you can only be played outside in the winter. You said curling. Survey said
what?
No.
ice hockey was the number one
What were
answer.
the other
That
ones?
can only be played
Skiing was
outside,
number
though?
2 at 30 points. Ice skating was 15. Snowboarding was 13.
How can that only be played outside?
I mean, in the wintertime.
In the wintertime, yeah.
Oh.
All right, we said name a sport that a grandfather teaches his grandson to do. You said fishing. Survey said number one answer.
Hey!
How many points was that one?
We're currently at 153. You guys.
We really got clutch up.
Name a sport that takes place in water. What did you say?
Fishing.
Fishing. Survey said 0 points.
Sonzo.
Water polo was number 1. Swimming was number 2. Water skiing was number 3. Marco Polo was number 4.
Dang,
Diving was number 5. And sailing was number 6. Name a sport where you might lose a tooth. You replied what?
Rugby.
Survey said 0 points. Hockey was number 1 answer. Boxing was number 2. Football was number 3. Baseball was number 4. And wrestling was number 5.
Baseball?
Wrestling?
It was like
Baseball.
fish.
I am sorry,
I can't remember-
ABQ Sports
Oh
Crew.
my God. I
These
can't remember
guys
the
did
last
not
time
get
a baseball
200
player
points.
lost a tooth. Come on.
Sorry, guys. You ended with 153. I'm
Good
sorry.
game.
Elijah's still our winner, though, with the Family Feud. So we will continue this next week. It seemed a lot of fun. So next week, maybe we'll give away like a hockey puck or something, like a Lobo hockey puck.
Oh, yeah, how about that?
Alrighty, guys. It is now that time of the show for final headlines. Where this is the part of the show where we talk about something that happened in the sports world either this week or coming up. And we're going to start with Elijah Esquivel this week.
Well, I'm just going to kind of give an update on the MLB races going on right now. Getting interesting, it really is. The East is kind of locked up. The AL is kind of locked up. You already have teams already clinching. And on the National League side, the Braves are the only team that's clinched a playoff spot. That's how close it is in the Central, and definitely how close it is in the West right now. In the Central, you have the Cubs up 2.5 over Milwaukee, and St. Louis kind of fighting for that wild card spot with basically the loser of the Rockies and Dodgers, who are fighting for the number 1 spot in the West right now. Dodgers have a 1.5 game lead. Their magic number is down to 6, but there's 6 games remaining, so it's pretty much going to go down to the wire. Keep an eye out for this. Again, I'm a Dodger fan, but the NL West matchup is really, really good right now. Good stuff going on. Really pay attention to Boston, Houston. That's probably going to be the ALDS, or ALCS, I'm sorry. And it's going to be a great.
What the heck is that going on over here?
That's my cat.
Like, what is it? Cat.
Because every time Elijah would say something, you hear a what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold it together.
I
The cat's
guess
just
that cat ain't Jimmy-less, so that was really weird. Like, what is that noise?
Bubba.
Oh, man. Come on. Save it for 10 more minutes, cat. So my final headline is spay and neuter your animals.
I don't know.
I
you come back
was like, what is that?
I saw our producer Julian's face. He's like, "What's going on?"
It did sound like it was someone saying, what?
Yeah,
I'm like, who's talking trash there? Get him out of here.
Oh, I can't breathe.
I hope you and the audience heard that. That was really weird.
Julie, we got to make sure we get that on tape.
so good.
Emphasize that. That was weird.
All right. So
All right,
if,
moving on to
if the
Adam
cat
Nash.
will allow me, I'll go ahead with my final headlines here. It should have been. It's so much more than a final headline. Tiger Woods is back.
Woo!
Congratulations to the Tiger. He won today. Finally got that PGA win, number 80. A lot of people said it never happened. I know he's had a lot of personal issues throughout his life. He's been out. Respect greatness. Respect what he was able to accomplish. It's almost impossible. They're saying it's one of the greatest comebacks of all time. The dang cat. Also, hats off to Justin Rose winning the FedEx playoffs. Phenomenal, incredible. And for me, it's personally just thank you so much for watching, for continuing to watch as we transition over to YouTube, guys. And I'm so excited for this live event this upcoming week with the Buffalo Bills backers at the live bar. Catch us pregame 10 a.m. I know you guys are going to be sitting in front of that TV, getting ready to turn on the games. Turn on some ABQ Sports Crew and support us on YouTube as we grow that channel.
And before you go, Josh, I'm going to kind of butt in again. Also, a big thank you, dude. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes here besides our pretty mugs here in front of you. Again, we saw Jen putting the set together, doing this stuff, running social media. Julian, if you saw all the stuff and the wires and stuff going on here, it's amazing what he does that none of us know how to do this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and Jen and Julian are big. It's the sports crew. It's not the three of us here. There's a whole crew involved with the sports crew. So big thanks to the behind the scenes folks, because without them, we'd be in a living room. We'd be in a living room with a microphone hanging off the chandelier, sounding like crap on Blog Talk Radio.
We're doing the Julian right now. Ready?
Right.
Yes.
What?
All right. What? Oh no! Stuff's just falling out.
It's gone.
Looks like I literally just pooped the walkie-talkie.
Dude, this is going downhill quick. We better get out of here quick,
All
Josh.
right. Hold on.
What?
All right. Julian's like, it's making me laugh. What?
Thank
Dude,
God.
that's gonna be like the midweek videos. The what? All right. So my final headline is going to be, guys, we are back on our sister station, Lobo Hockey Network, next week as Colorado Mesa, the Mavericks, come down to Albuquerque to fight your Lobos. It's going to be great. Join me and Adam. We're going to be out bringing you all the live. Stop it, Julian, right now. We're going to bring you all the live action right at the Outpost Arena. We're going to be selling merchandise out there as well, guys. There's going to be T-shirts, sweatshirts, hockey pucks. I mean, it's going to be amazing. Remember,
shout out to Milo
Arzate, yes.
the creator of the new Lobo Hockey Puck, which is a really, really good design.
Yes.
Really good design.
He put a Lobo paw in the middle of the Z. Stop it. He put a Lobo paw right in the middle of the Zia symbol. It's going to be a shirt later on this year as well. So make sure you guys head over to the merch table at Lobo Hockey Network and get yourself, and make sure that you support all your local teams, guys, because as we've been seeing, and it's going under investigation as well further now, why UNM sports have been cut lately. So I want to see what is going to go down, because it's going into a huge thing
I
right
hope
now.
they save soccer.
Yeah, I really do.
I don't care about beach volleyball. I hope they save
guys,
soccer.
keep supporting, even if it is football, even if they are losing or winning, keep supporting.
Football funds everything. Whether you like it or not, football funds everything. So if you support football, you're going to support everyone else in the Lobo Athletics.
But also support your Lobo hockey team, because like I said,
winning.
they're not part of the university. They're a club team, but they pay for everything out of their own pockets. So you guys going to the game, selling it out, pays for their ice time, pays for their travel time. So make sure that you guys head out to the Outpost. We'll be there next week as we bring you all the live action. Adam, cut it out. As we bring you all the live action out at the Outpost. Guys, this is our final show on Facebook. Let's wave all of our Facebook viewers behind.
We'll see you next week on YouTube.
And say hello to the YouTube crowd, because we are making the transition over to YouTube. Next week, guys, we are going to be live at 10 a.m. We're going to be doing a pregame show, as Adam said earlier. We're going to be at Duke City Sports Bar and Grill. We're going to be hanging out with the Buffalo Bill backers. They're going to be out there in force because they won today. 200 people have been known to be in attendance at that bar. So we're going to be live in front of 200 people making predictions, talking about sports. And Adam,
come on out and see us.
Yeah, come out and see us. Adam, I dare you. I double dog dare you to wear a Jets hat.
Oh, it's coming out. You know it is. I'm loud, I'm proud, and
What?
we lose a lot. So you'll see that Jets out there. Before the cat acts up again, thank you all so much. It's been a great show. It's been fun. Until next week.
Until next week, everybody. We are the ABQ Sports Crew. Join us next week live on YouTube. We're also going to be bringing back Crew Family Feud. We're going to be talking Crew versus Quarter again. We'll be breaking down our Week 4 picks and our Week 4, what happened then, and then taking our Week 5 picks as well. Alrighty, guys.
Bring it in, guys. Bring it in. Can I get a what on 3? 1, 2, 3.
What? All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us here at the Sports Crew. You guys have yourself a great night, a great week, and we'll see you Sunday morning, 10 a.m. at Duke City Sports Bar and Grill. Only here on ABQ Sports Crew. Take care, everybody.
What?
I can't.
That was so weird. At first I thought that was